Video talking about how I'm going for the Lunar Deck of Fate and how it's going to be account changing for me, essentially going from no silver to now 71 million, being about halfway done with this event. But that video I 100% expected to be disliked into oblivion. However, it was oddly enough more of a positive response to that video than I expected. A lot of people were saying that they didn't even know that route was feasible, so they're actually taking that approach. Some people are, spending gems, converting it to energy. I think it's about 10,000 gems total to go ahead and finish out this Fatalis event. Some people may purchase the energy packs, which, speaking of, the energy packs in the shop are not very good right now. This one right here is pretty awful, so I would not buy that. I typically, like the ones that I bought yesterday, ended up being $140, which is expensive, but I explained my situation. I went over all of that. What I want to do today is talk and expand on a little bit more, because since doing that video, I had asked what was better, stage 20 normal or stage 10 hard, and I got a response from somebody, and they said that stage 10 hard gives about 5% less silver per energy spent compared to stage 20 normal, assuming you sell everything on both stages. Now, with that said, I just realized something that I'm actually doing now that is even better than what I was doing yesterday. And that is on stage 20, instead of using the 3-man team that I showed yesterday, which uses presets, and you can farm food with preset teams. But to do that, you have to, go in here, set the food, and then run to their max level, and then empty the food, and then refill it up. You can't just auto refill with RSL Helper, or even with the in-game multi-battles. So what I've done instead is on stage 20, I'm using a slightly slower team, but I'm able to farm food, level champions up while doing this event. So what am I getting now? Well, now I'm getting silver, which I'll show you guys all the energy and everything I spent in just a moment, but I'm also getting some champion training points. So yesterday's video, I think I was like the Mortal Soulstone or the Rare Steel Tome, but now I'm moving through this pretty good. And I did 500 fights with none of this. Like I did 500 fights with preset team. I didn't do any of the champion leveling until the next 480 fights. I still got about 1,000 to go, somewhere around there. But majority of this should be complete by the time I finish out this event for Fatalis. So with that said, I'm going to be picking up some Chaos Dust, some Void Shard, a Primal Shard, a Mortal Soulstone, and Legendary Skills Tome. So honestly, it's making it even more worth it for me to do this. And gems, if you had 10,000 gems laying around, I don't know, if you hadn't done the champion training event already and you struggle with silver, it may be worth considering because of how much stuff I'm getting alongside this. Now, I know not everybody's in the same position as me. You may have already tried to do the champion training. You may have been working on that. But I'll show you the builds of the team that I was using and give you guys a few different options you can use instead. But also, there's a little bit more free-to-play accessible team, which I'll get to, as well as somebody left in the comment section. So as far as this Deck of Fate event, I'll flip some cards in just a moment. Let me come over here real quick and show you guys the team that I'm using. And then somebody mentioned a different team that was pretty cool, which is using Artac plus Skimfos. Skimfos places the decrease attack, and then Artac will use his HP burn first because Skimfos is placing the decrease attack, so Artac doesn't have to worry about that. So he'll do HP burn and into the A2 activation of HP burn. So you could use any decrease attack champion, I believe. Skimfos does have a turn meter steal, which is very cool, but that was a very cool strategy. There's a ton of different teams that you can use, and while the teams may be slower, maybe like 30 seconds, tomorrow we should, assuming everything goes well, have super raids in all dungeons. So if your 13-second team was, 13 seconds before, well, now it's going to be double the runs in 13 seconds. So you shouldn't really have too much of an issue completing that, assuming you're, got a decent farming time and that you can have the multi-battles in game or RSL Helper to actually run this for you. I have no worries whatsoever. I'm going to be able to complete this. I have the multi-battles here and I have RSL Helper, though RSL Helper will probably go down tomorrow for the update that Raid's going to hopefully be releasing. So if it does, you need to have a backup plan or try to finish it out tonight. So this is the team that I was using, but the person in the comments said Artac plus, he said Skimfos. But I need to think of somebody who has decreased defense plus, or decreased attack specifically. It's faster than my Artac. Stagnite, maybe. 263, I think he's faster than my Artac. 263, 251. So let's try this out real quick. So Stagnite should come in and use the A2, and then Artac should be able to do the burns. Now Artac is in regeneration gear, which is not needed by no means. You could definitely do you could use regeneration and solo this to be safe in case the run was to go a little bit too long. But in general, he's not really going to need that. Now, with that said, it's going to be a little bit weird because the spider is going to heal up quite a bit in just a moment probably. Maybe not, and it may actually all be fine. I mean, he's gonna eat some of the spiderlings and then heal up. But Artak is in regeneration gear, so he's gonna survive. He has a decreased attack on him anyway, so I'm wondering how he's gonna do this. Okay, so he burns, and then we're gonna activate the burns, I guess. He's a decent chunk of damage. If you use Skimfos, like the other person mentioned, I forget who it was, but shout out to the person who did that. If you're the one who commented it, just drop a comment down below. Say, yeah, that was me. I recommended Skimfos and Artak. So if you have these champions, you could do a run under a minute, stage 20, using 2 champions. You can throw in food champions behind them, do champion training, have no presets, so you can have RSL helpers switching out the champions, or the in-game multi-battles switching out the champions for you. So now, picking up champion training, getting Fatalis, getting silver, which is something I really very much struggle with, and getting some of these card flips, which I'm going to go ahead and do. And then I'm going to show you guys the breakdown of what I've spent so far, and I'm essentially halfway through. I may even get the card flip. No, I can't yet, but I may get lucky. I'm just going to go across the rows, top to bottom. I'm not going to do anything like crazy, just click random, because there's already enough randomness. I'm just going to be adding more randomness if I just click around randomly. So left to right, we got a green chest. It wouldn't have happened if I was clicking random, right? 4-star chicken. That will help my food farming. Okay, another green chest. Nope, a purple. Oh, it's not going to be purple right there, right? It's not purple indeed. It is not purple indeed. Come on, give me another green one at least. Another green chest. Very cool. 3 mortal soul stones. Okay, there's another purple one. We only got like a few left. We've got the legendary tome. Okay, so these are the purple ones. If I would have clicked that, and that, I would have gotten a purple one. Oh, a blue. Oh, we need a little bit more points, and then maybe I can pick up a blue chest to get a chance at some of these rewards, which are pretty good. Am I going to get a blue chest? Most likely not. But is it a possibility? Yeah. If they're 3 side by side, that'd be amazing. But I think the best way to do it is to just try to remove some of the randomness. I guess it's all going to be random anyways. Maybe go side to side, up or down, because I've noticed before that there are typically some of these like purple ones or the blue ones either in order side to side or up and down. Now, if you land them with the correct time, I don't know. That's probably more randomness. But either way, it's all just a gamble. But you do know that you will be getting this stuff specifically. Now, as far as what I've earned so far from this event, well, actually, let's see the events, champion training. Let's go ahead and collect this thing. More lunar points, which is helping me out with this lunar event, which I think is kind of nonsense because a lot of players who are going for this kind of messes them up because now they have to go for the deck of fate. All that's nonsense. I don't like that situation. But I got to say, if you're somebody who saved up gems I know there's a lot of free-to-play players out there who have, I believe, 10,000 gems. Let's see how many gems you'd actually need. So if say you need to spend 35,000 energy, divide that by 130, which is going to be the cost per the amount of energy you get per refill. You're going to need 269 refills, times that by 40 gems per refill. That's 10,769 gems, assuming you don't use a single shard. So you could come in here and spend 10,000 gems, which, if you were to convert that, is going to be what, like 90 or 100 ancients? Wait, that's a way better deal. So ancient shards in the gem shop are 900. So if you were to get 10 of these, it's going to be 9,000, right? And you're going to get 110 ancient shards, I guess. So 110 ancients for the gems. I don't know. I'm just trying to break this down in some different ways for you guys to see maybe there's different approaches. I really wish I would have done this sooner and known these different ways, because you can come in here and break a few shards down as well to lower the gem requirement. But there's a lot of different ways to approach this and actually complete this event that, to be honest, I think a lot of people are overlooking and not thinking about. I mean, the Dungeon Diver event with Spider, especially if you've not done the champion training stuff already, may be enticing. I mean, it seems very, very valuable to me. If I had more gems and I didn't spend them so frequently, because I do test out stuff, I do change masters, I do move stuff around a lot, then I would probably spend the gems to actually do this because of the stuff you get. And the champion included. I mean, it's a free, it's not a free. I'm not going to say free because I spent money for it. But if you have the gem saved up, it's a void legendary. Is he a good void legendary? I don't know. I'm going to try him out when I get him, but I'm probably not going to be opening him until a champion chase tournament, which I'll be getting points for. So the upcoming fusion, I should be able to open him, summon him because he's a fragment champion. I should be able to summon him for, I believe, 650 champion chase points, which saves me quite a bit of points actually, during that event. I also have this guy to summon as well. So the upcoming champion chase, I really don't have to open that many shards for. So before you just count it off, it may be worth considering. But this is what I've done so far. So far, I've gotten 70 million silver, about 71 million silver. I've gotten 5 ancients. I'm doing stage 20 normal. I can do food. I can't do food on stage 10 hard without doing presets. So I can do 3 food as well, which is very nice. So I'm doing 20 normal, got 5 ancients. The first group of 500, I got 3 ancients in the first like 180 runs. And I'm like, wow, I'm going to be getting a ton of ancients. And then I did like another 400 runs with 0 ancients. Very weird distribution there. But total, I've done 982 runs, which is 15,712 energy. And then I've done the 15,000 energy, and I've spent the equivalent in gems, which I didn't spend gems. I purchased the energy from the shop like you guys saw yesterday, but it would have been about 5,000 gems. So 5,000 gems got me 20,000 points, but you can do the math and break this down for yourself and see what it's going to be for you. Now, as far as the energy spent, I wonder how much silver per energy spent I actually got. Is it working out to the averages like it's supposed to? So if I take the 70 million number and divide it by 982 runs, it's going to give me 72,000 silver per run on average is what I've got to now. Sold basically everything, which, by the way, if you're wondering why I'm doing spider farming, spider is the best place to farm. The best place to farm silver, stage 20, I can duo it. There's a lot of different duo teams. You got Stagnite plus Artak. We got any other HP burn champion you could probably do that with. If you had Theodore plus an HP burn champion, Sishia probably can do it as well. Stagnite Artak is awesome. We have what I was using, which is Newt plus Ghostborn. It could be Lydia plus Newt. It could be Lydia plus Septimus. Septimus is going to be a little bit tricky because he just gets 1 max HP hit. It could be a Cold Heart plus Artak, maybe. Just try to get Artak to have somebody leading with a decreased attack so that he can then use his HP burn first. If you look at Skimfos, his kit is very good for Spider on normal mode, specifically stage 20 to be honest. But even 25, he may actually do fine, just not as big of a turn meter steal. So he has a decreased speed on the A1, and then he has a turn meter steal on that A3 ability. I don't think he's geared right now, so he's 200 speed, but he does that AoE decreased attack on the A2. So apparently he opens with that, and then Artak starts with his HP burn, which makes for a very nice team. So even if you're not doing super fast farming like I was doing with Newt plus Ghostborn, you'll still be making some pretty good time. And I don't really think, assuming you have RSL helper or some auto clickers going out and just doing it yourself, I don't think you're going to have any problem with finishing this before tomorrow. That first one that I did with the farming, let me see how long that took. So the first one that I did, it doesn't actually show the time, but I think it was like 2.5 hours maybe. The time between clicks, you can lower that down in RSL helper. Don't lower it too much because it'll start giving some bugs and messing some things up. But for me, if you go to my settings, the time between clicks, I got 2 seconds. I could do it 1 second. It's gonna make it go faster. It could cause some bugs to happen, but you can lower these times a little bit if you really need to speed it up. But in general, it's gonna add maybe just a couple more seconds. It could add a couple hours on the course of the entire match or the entire time farming. But if you're starting now, you got 34 hours left until the event ends, you should be fine. So I just want to give you guys these different approaches because I would hate for somebody to miss out on this event and then learn, hey, I could have spent these gems and actually gotten this champion. So it's something worth considering. Maybe not worth going for everybody, but for some players, this is definitely going to be worth it. So I got such good positive feedback from yesterday's video. In general, I wanted to share this approach to you guys, what I'm doing. Basically just getting at rewards for a lot of different events. Speaking of the Lunar Festival, am I going to pick up more stuff? Let's see. So I got any more points I'm going to get from this. So no more points. We might get more dust, though. That's cool. Primal Shard and Immortal Shard. I mean, this, for me, it's very much worth it. Actually, even better than I originally thought. For this, I think I got a few more points I could pick up. And this kind of makes me want to pick it up now. From Ice Golem, 30 points. I don't know if I really want to do that, though. 30 points from Ice Golem. Is it going to give me anything good? 40, 50, 70, 40, 56, 70. So no, it'll give me nothing. So I'm not even going to worry about that. It'd be nice to have gotten this stuff and nice to have gotten the Primal Shard and the Soul Coins and all that kind of stuff, but just not going to worry about that. I'll just do this. I'll let my champions continue to level as I go through it. We got 6,000 points more. I'm curious to see where I'll be at the end of this, but what I'm doing is I'm leveling up 3 and 4-star food basically. I come in here, rank some stuff up. I'll summon some champs like 1-star and let them level up and then come in here, rank them up, all that kind of stuff. So I should progress through this pretty well, but essentially doing all this and then throwing those 5-star champions into my reserve vault to prepare for the future events of, you know, if it's a champion training event for whatever champion you're looking for, if it's for Altreos, whatever What is his name? That sounds like a dinosaur. I just went completely blank. Elytron. Yeah. Like the dinosaur, basically, is what it sounds like. I don't think there's actually a dinosaur named Elytron. No, there's not. But he looks sick. Does look really cool. Just want to share my opinions. Drop a like on this video to outweigh the dislikes. Subscribe to the channel, because the last video I did lose a few subscribers. But that's okay. Hopefully they'll be back to see this video popping up in the recommended. But either way, guys, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Hope this gave you a little bit different perspective, and I'll catch you on the next one.